Hello everyone, welcome back to the Cloverdale Colts U18A2 highlight show. Today we'll be looking at highlights from a game from December 13th against the Port Moody Panthers. Here you see the Colts warming up. Today we'll be at the Newton Arena, the first time the Colts have played a home game in the Newton Arena this season. And they'll be playing this game shorthanded. Having played the night before in Ridge Meadows, that game had a number of suspensions coming out of it due to a line brawl. So the Colts will be without Trevor, Arjun, Mitchell, and Carnvier, who were all suspended in the previous game. They'll also be without defensemen Lyndon Cameron and Riley, who are out with illness. So they have called up Gabe Ramsey from the house ranks of the U18 division in Cloverdale. He will be helping out on forward. So they'll be moving Jackson Anderson back to defense to get the defense up to 4 players, and they will be working with 8 forwards here today. So 12 skaters for the Colts. In net, Logan remains injured, so Max will be getting the start and will be the sole goalie dressed today. So hopefully there will be no call for a backup goaltender in this game. This will be the second meeting of the season between these two teams. They played in the first regular season game of the season in Port Moody. Port Moody winning that game 3-1. It was a close game, and so we anticipate another close game here this evening. And with all that, let's head to the first period highlights. We start off with the Colts on the rush. Here's Tyler coming up hard on the right side. He's going to hit the brakes, try to cut back, but he loses the puck. But Zach's there to pick it up, and he gets a shot on net that gets turned off to the corner. Now here comes Port Moody back the other way. Pressure on Bryson. They turn the puck over, take it to the corner, and it hops out front. A strange bounce off the stanchion that comes right to Port Moody in front. They get a shot on net, but the shot gets turned to the corner by Max. Port Moody again working back behind the net. They get it out front to that player who's all alone, unchecked in front, but Max makes the save and keeps it out. Port Moody coming again, 2-on-1. They put that pass through. It goes by that player and goes into the corner. And we're going to see that Port Moody player come in late with a body check from behind. So that's going to be a penalty on Port Moody. Colts to the power play, working it at the point. There's Patrick, and he's going to drag it to the middle, put a shot through that bounces over the net, and then cops right out front. And it looks like that's Seth in front trying to jam home that rebound off the glass. But a quick whistle from the ref shuts that down. Port Moody putting on more pressure there. Looked like maybe they were offside, but that player's going to delay, cut back to the middle, go high blocker. But Max again makes another save. Next we see Jordan with some work down low, steals a puck, and he's going to shovel that in front to Lyndon Fraser, who gets 2 cracks at it, tries to put it in with the backhand, and it rolls off into the corner. Here's Zach chipping it past 4 Port Moody players, trying to catch up to it. He can't quite get there in time for the breakaway, but does get a good shot off before he's taken down, and the Port Moody goalie makes a save. Here's some work down behind the net by Port Moody. They're going to find this player in the high slot. He gets a shot off, but Patrick stands tall to make the block, and the puck goes out. Here come the Colts again, and Noah is delaying, coming in late on that play, and he picks up the loose puck along the wall, drags it to the middle, gets a shot off, and the puck is bobbled for a rebound, and Jordan's there waiting for it, but another quick whistle by the referee to end that play. Here we see Orson putting the puck across to Tyler on that side, and he gets checked from behind hard as he's dumping the puck in, and that's going to be another power play for the Colts as they head into the second period. That power play was ultimately unsuccessful, but they are going to get this chance shortly after that ends as it goes right to the front, hops over Seth's stick as he's on the side of the net looking to tap that in. Port Moody's going to continue to take penalties as we see a battle along the wall. That player is going to step up and knock down the Colt player. It looked like that maybe was Jordan, and that's going to be interference. So back to the power play for the Colts. We're getting lots of opportunities to get a lead in this game, and they're going to step out front. That's Zach. He gets a good shot up high. Then he's going to retrieve the rebound and try to finesse it around the goalie's leg, but a quick whistle and some frustration by Zach as the quick whistles are starting to mount here by the referee. Power play does continue, though, for the Colts. Here we see Jesse put the puck across to Bryson, and he's going to try and find Jordan back door, but he can't quite get a stick on it. Jesse picks up the loose puck, and then he's going to skate it to the front, get another shot, low blocker, and there's going to be a loose puck in front. They're going to bang away at it, but the goalie's going to make the save, and it's going to remain scoreless here in the second period. Here we see Orson on a rush, and he gets his knee taken out a bit, so Noah comes in and knocks that player down, and the tripping penalty is not going to get called, or the kneeing penalty, but that retaliation is going to get called, and that's going to put Port Moody onto the power play here. And watch in the corner here, you see Orson ride that player into the wall, pin him a little bit, and the ref's arm goes up for that. That's a very soft call when a team is already down 5-on-4, but that is going to put the Colts down 5-on-3. And the Colts are going to do an excellent job of killing this 5-on-3. Here you see them in a tight triangle, and they're keeping Port Moody to the outside to the point that this is really the only good chance that Port Moody got, and it wasn't even that good, a shot from the flank. And here we see now it's 5-on-4, and the Colts are going to get an even better chance than the Port Moody team did on their 5-on-3, but that puck rolls away from Jesse. In fact, this sequence here by Port Moody is going to be a much better scoring chance as that pass gets put right out front, and Max has to do the splits to make the save, but you also see the confrontation in front. Jesse getting his stick and hands up high into the face of the Port Moody player, and that's going to be 4 minutes for head contact. So the Port Moody team is on the power play with time winding down in the second period. They get a good look from in close, try to put it high. Max makes a save, and it keeps it scoreless into the third period. Port Moody's going to try to be the first to break the stalemate. Here they come in, 3-on-2. Player's going to come in late. The close back checker's not ready to get it, but Gabe comes from far away, gets a piece of him as he's about to shoot, causes that shot to not have the velocity that the Port Moody player was hoping to have on it. Now here's a strange play. As you see that Port Moody player loses their stick, and it's still on the ice. Then the Port Moody defenseman shoots it at Tyler as he's carrying the puck out of the zone. So that's going to be an interference penalty for shooting the stick at him. And it's going to put the Colts onto the power play. And as they're working along the wall, Port Moody's going to put it out to center. And you can see down in the far end, there was a Colt and a Port Moody player tied up. And that's another penalty for Port Moody. So a 5-on-3 for the Colts. They're going to work it around, and Patrick, as he comes towards the middle, just throws it at the net. The goalie doesn't even move, so I'm sure he didn't see that, and it goes up and over his arm, and this scoreless game has now been broken with the 5-on-3 power play goal with the seeing eye wrister that goes over the goalie's shoulder. Port Moody's going to try to respond quickly as the puck goes down the ice, and it looks like the Port Moody player has a step on Patrick, but he does well to push him off to the edge, and the player does still get a sweeping shot on net, but Max is there to turn it aside. Next we see Noah, and he's going to get that wrist shot, and it's going to beat the goalie, but it doesn't beat the post, and it bounces out the other side. It's still 1-0. Here's a spinning shot by Seth, and the rebound's going to be there briefly, and as the defender clears it away, Zach runs him over, and then the puck does go over the glass to end the play. No penalty on that. Here's another chance by Zach. He gets the puck in close. He tries to go high blocker. We've seen him do that a number of times this year. This time the goalie steers inside with the blocker. Time is now winding down in this game, and Port Moody has pulled the goalie. And there you see Tyler pick the loose puck up, throw it down the ice, and it hits the post. Just misses going in. But with just 20 seconds left on the clock, this game is going to wind down and be a 1-0 victory for the Colts. A big win in a game where they were undermanned with many suspended players. So an excellent outing and an excellent result as the Colts are excited to have gotten revenge against Port Moody for that first loss of the season. So let's have a look at the stats for this game. Not much to look at, just the one goal by Patrick with Zach and Bryson getting the assists. Max with a 21 save shutout in net. So an excellent outing from the Colts defensively to keep the shots low and make it a manageable outcome for just the 12 skaters here tonight. So let's have a look at the overall stats. There you see them on the screen. Zach remaining at the top of the table, putting some space between himself and Jesse, but Arjun coming up hard with a number of points. Of course, he'll be hard-pressed to get some while he is suspended. And with that win, let's have a look at the standings. You see Cloverdale has now put a little bit of space between themselves and Ridge after having lost to the Ridge Meadows team the night before, so that's a big win for Cloverdale. They're also within striking distance of passing the Vancouver team that's just ahead of them in the standings as well. There remains just 2 games left before the Christmas break. You see there a road game against North Delta and a road game against Surrey. So 2 important games against other Tier 2 teams in the division. So that's it for this game, folks. We'll see you at the next one.